This is the FLO Mini Pump. It's part of our modular inflation system. We have our FLO Air Gauge, which has a very accurate tire pressure reading, but we wanted to design something that if you're traveling to a race or you want to use it at home quickly to pump up, you can have a mini pump. Mini pumps don't have gauges, so it's very difficult to know what your tire pressure is unless you're using something like this. In the bag, you're going to get a couple components. We have a bag that it ships in. You're going to get a frame mount if you want to mount it to your frame, a couple bolts, and then let's look at the actual features of this mini pump. The whole body is made out of aluminum, plastic free, so it's going to have a very long life, very high quality components that are here. And on the inside, take this rubber cap off, we have a locking mechanism. So this locks to sort of a tubeless valve or standard Presta valve on this end. And you also have the option to unthread this. And if you unthread this, you have a Schrader side, which will show you why that could be important here in just a second. The extendable hose is great, allows you to get into some tight spaces or move things around if you have some limited range. This is going to go up to 120 psi, or for those who use bar, 8.27 bar. I actually had to look. You can also use this on a Dunlop valve. You have one of those systems as well. Not very common, but it still works. And it's a standard mini pump. Pumps everything up. If you have a FLO Air Gauge just like this, what you can do is, as I said, this is part of the modular inflation system. You connect here, it goes on, and then this locks on, and you're ready to inflate. If you don't have this, it works just the same. We have a FLO wheel here. Let me pull this up. As you can see down here, the way that this is going to work is this goes on like any standard pump. Goes on until it seats out. You can lock this here in place, and then you are able to inflate your wheel. If you have little kids, which I recently had a little guy with my wife, and he is now getting in a phase where he has a stroller, which he uses regularly. That comes with a Schrader valve, and he also got his first bike, which he's very excited about. And most of these come with Schrader valves. So one of the things that we have, as I said earlier, we'll flip this around. You can turn this over into a Schrader system. What's great about this is it also locks, and well, you'll see why this hose is cool as well, because in a traditional mini pump system where there's no hose, you're kind of out of luck here. You can't get that on there. With this hose, you can feed it in and get yourself locked onto a Presta valve or a Schrader valve in a tight to reach or hard to reach space. So once this locks out, you can then inflate tires for little guys on little bikes or strollers or whatever you need. So that is a FLO Mini Pump, which is an excellent addition to our modular inflation system.